Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today I want to share a story that's very close to my heart. It's a story about how one simple, almost forgotten moment didn't just change someone else's day, but completely reshaped my own life. It all started in a small, quiet town during a time when I was feeling completely lost. Life felt heavy back then. I was swimming in a sea of stress, battling loneliness, and constantly questioning every decision I made about my future. Each day felt like a mountain to climb, and I was just exhausted. The world seemed gray, and honestly, I was just going through the motions, feeling pretty invisible and insignificant. One afternoon, I was walking home, my head down, lost in my usual cycle of worries. The sun was out, but I couldn't feel its warmth. As I turned onto my street, I saw an elderly woman at the bottom of her apartment stairs. She was struggling, really struggling, to carry several heavy bags of groceries. She'd take one step, pause to catch her breath, and her arms were shaking from the weight. For a moment, I almost kept walking. I was so wrapped up in my own misery that I nearly missed the chance to help. But something stopped me. I don't know what it was, instinct, maybe? Without giving it a second thought, I found myself rushing over to her. "Can I help you with those?" I asked. She looked up, a little surprised at first, and then her face broke into this incredibly warm, genuine smile. "Oh, thank you, dear," she said, her voice gentle. "That would be wonderful." I easily took the bags from her, and together we made our way up the stairs. It took less than a minute. When we got to her door, she turned to me, her eyes twinkling. "Thank you so much," she repeated. And then she said something I'll never forget. Sometimes, a small act of kindness can brighten someone's entire day. Her words weren't dramatic, but they hit me like a lightning bolt. A small act of kindness. It was so simple. In that moment, standing on her doorstep, I felt a shift inside me. I had been so focused on my own problems, my own darkness, that I forgot I had the power to bring a little light into someone else's world. And in doing so, a little bit of that light shone back on me. That feeling was more real and more powerful than any of the worries that had been weighing me down. As I walked away, her words echoed in my mind. A small act of kindness. It made me realize that I didn't need to have all the answers to my big life questions to make a difference. I could start small. Right here, right now. From that day forward, I made a conscious choice. I decided to actively look for opportunities to be kind. It wasn't about grand gestures. It was about the little things. Holding a door open for someone juggling a coffee and a briefcase. Helping a neighbor carry their trash cans to the curb. Offering a genuine compliment to the cashier at the grocery store. Simply making eye contact and smiling at strangers I passed on the street. At first, it felt a little awkward, like I was playing a part, but then I started noticing the effects. A tired face would light up with a surprised smile. A stressed-out person would offer a heartfelt thank you. These small interactions began to create tiny ripples of positivity around me. And the more kindness I put out into the world, the more I felt my own heavy heart begin to lift. It was like I was relearning how to connect with the world, one small, kind act at a time. My own problems didn't magically disappear, but they started to feel smaller, more manageable. I was no longer the main character in a tragedy. I was part of a community, a web of interconnected people. A while later, I noticed a young girl in my neighborhood. She always seemed to be alone, sitting on her front steps, looking shy and a little sad. I saw a reflection of my old self in her, that feeling of being on the outside looking in. Remembering the old woman's words and the change they sparked in me, I decided to do something. One afternoon, I walked over and just started talking to her. I asked her about her day and invited her to play catch in the park, her face completely lit up. It was a look of surprise, and then pure joy. She hesitantly agreed, and as we tossed a ball back and forth, she started to open up. She told me she was new in town and was finding it hard to make friends. That simple invitation sparked a wonderful friendship. We found a connection, rooted in that initial act of reaching out, of choosing kindness over indifference. I realized that the kindness I was giving wasn't just helping others. It was healing me too. It was building bridges and forging bonds that filled the lonely spaces in my own life. Seeing her blossom from a shy, lonely girl into a confident, happy friend was one of the most rewarding experiences of my life. Years passed. My life was completely different. I was happier, more connected, and had found a sense of purpose I'd been so desperately searching for. One day, I ran into a neighbor who had known the elderly woman I helped on the stairs all those years ago. We got to talking about her, and my neighbor told me something incredible. That woman had been a retired teacher, a mentor to countless people in our town. She had spent her entire life inspiring compassion and kindness in others. It all clicked into place. Her small act of gratitude towards me wasn't just a polite thank you. It was a lesson, passed from a master of kindness to a student who desperately needed to learn. Her one comment, her one warm smile, had set off a chain reaction that completely altered the course of my life. It had taught me to be kind, which allowed me to help that lonely girl, and who knows who she will go on to help in her life. This whole journey taught me a profound lesson. Never underestimate the power of a single act of kindness. You never know what battles the people around you are fighting. That person who seems distant, the stranger who looks sad, the neighbor you've never spoken to, they might be feeling just as lost as I was. A small gesture could be the one thing that helps them through their day. It could be the turning point that reminds them there is still good in the world. And the beautiful secret is, it's not just about them. Kindness is a gift you give to yourself. It pulls you out of your own head and connects you to the beautiful, complex tapestry of humanity. It gives you purpose. It creates ripples that you may never even see, but that will spread farther than you can ever imagine. So, I want to leave you with this thought. The next time you have a choice between turning away or reaching out, remember this story. The next time you see someone in need, no matter how small it seems, choose to be the person who helps. Hold the door, offer the smile, ask if they're okay. Your kindness could be the turning point in their life. And trust me, it might just be the turning point in yours too. Thank you so much for listening. If this story resonated with you, please share it with someone who might need to hear it, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories. See you next time.